Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest For More, and I'm back at the liquor store in Mini Mart. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. The profits are down. We're going to talk about why that's happening. We had a few issues arise. We're going to talk about what's going on there, what we're going to do to fix them, and some problems that might not be so easy to fix. So this is a liquor store, Mini Mart, in a very small town of Pierce, Colorado. Highway 85 is a block or two that way, so people may or may not be able to see that sign on the building, but that was our goal right there. This is what the property looked like when I first bought it. We've done a lot of work to fix it up, make it better, add inventory. Came with the real estate plus 3 apartments upstairs. Those apartments are rented, mostly rehabbed as well. And we did fix up the liquor store Mini Mart too. So it started out not making much money. This is my first foray into anything like this, so it was quite the learning experience. But it was doing better. Our summer sales were doing great. And now we've run into a few snags, a few hiccups, and we'll talk about those and what we plan to do to fix them. So this is the first issue, this ramp. I had a handicap ramp put in, and it's not at all how I wanted it. So it just kind of goes into the dirt parking lot, which very few people use. And so we kind of sort of had a ramp already. It wasn't like we had nothing, but it wasn't ideal. But what happened is a local concrete guy said he could give us a bid. The manager at the store talked with him. I told them exactly what I wanted, drew a map, all that. And you can see over here, if you had to make it work, you could use this as a ramp. Or we could have done something over here if this other side wouldn't have worked. But nobody had told me or asked me. But what happened was the manager sent me a picture, said the ramp is in. And I saw the picture. I'm like, this is not what we had talked about. We had talked about making kind of a landing and then coming straight to the road with the ramp. And the concrete guy, I guess, said it was too hard, it was too difficult, so he just did this instead, and the manager approved it. Well, no one had asked me, no one talked to me. The manager said she didn't approve it, so who knows exactly what happened, but I'm not sure how to fix that right now. So we could put crushed asphalt down. That was their idea. I don't really want to pave the whole lot or anything like that. It's barely even used. And then we also need handicap spots somewhere too. So have to think on that. Not ideal. It'd be nice if people just, ask me about certain things like this, and that happened again on another issue, but here's what the inside of the store looks like. It does look so much better than it looked before when I first bought it. We have way more inventory. Sales are up way higher. Tons of compliments. People really like the store. But again, that doesn't always translate to profit and making money either. So you need more sales, but you also need to keep costs down. You need to make sure the increased inventory and sales justify the cost it takes to get those sales. So that's something we're going to talk about here in just a second. Now we do have lots more beers, lots more IPAs, sours, different stuff that's in that we carry. And we're always looking to get different stuff and try different stuff because I know that's something I like to see and do, and so we try and do that for our customers as well. I did go to another liquor store. I go to them once in a while just to check prices. In the last one I went to, their prices weren't that much lower than ours in a really big city with a very high volume liquor store. So that made me kind of think, wow, if they can charge more, we could probably charge a little more too, and that would help our profit numbers. It's tricky though, because you don't want to chase away your customers. It's a small town. There's pros and cons to each, but we are the only store in town. It's a small store. We don't get the bulk discounts that big liquor stores get, so it's not like we're just gouging our customers. We really would need to charge more to come close to making what the bigger stores do make. And here's our back room. And talked about before, we have quite a bit of inventory back here, but we get discounts for buying in bulk. So some of it makes sense to buy in bulk, some it doesn't. But we get a pretty big discount if we buy a case instead of just a few bottles of wine. We don't sell a ton of wine, but we do need to have it in case somebody wants wine. So that's why we do have quite a bit extra back there. And some alcohol expires, some doesn't. So that also is something you need to consider. This is the Mini Mart side of the store. We had the gumball machine. That was another frustrating issue too. I bought a bunch of gumballs for it, and nobody could figure out how to open the gumball machine, and they kind of scratched it and dented it up trying to open it to put them in there. Nobody asked me how to open it. It's very simple. You just kind of open it from the bottom. But again, it's tough. You don't want to be a micromanager and tell everybody exactly what to do at every second. But you also have to tell them what to do, and you also want them to ask you questions and not just do everything without you, especially if a problem arises. One of the issues we've had lately is most of the times I come to the store, we have plenty of milk and eggs. You can see those shelves were empty. We have no milk, no eggs right now. It's kind of a Monday mid-morning. We should have those items. And so This has been kind of a little bit of a struggle between my manager and I. It is tough. I don't work at the store. I don't run the store. I have a manager, and this is our back stock room where someday I might start a laundromat, but don't tell anybody, especially Nikki, because she hates that idea. But anyway, the manager has been shopping a lot at other stores, which you can do. In fact, we have a sales tax exemption sheet, so we don't pay sales tax on those items because we're going to buy them, resell them, and people pay sales tax at our store. But I think some of the manager and other staff didn't realize, hey, every time you go to the store, you're on the clock. You're costing us money. It's very expensive. And so that is something we've tried to relay, but I don't know how much it's getting through because there's a lot of extra hours at the store now, and that's why our profits aren't as high. And what you're looking at right now is week over week sales in 2023 versus 2022, which is a really fun graph to look at. We did really well, but again, it doesn't take into account expenses, which we will show you here in just a second. And it's also a little bit scary because the end of 2022 really tanked, and we don't know if that was because of management problems or other issues or winter, but I'm hoping it doesn't do that this year. You can see it did drop a little bit here recently, then went back up, and there's some other drama stemming from that too, which has been a little bit of a frustration to deal with as well. So the first real issue is we've had way more hours worked per week than we had before. At the end of last year, even most of last year, usually there's one person working in the store, maybe a manager at some point. Sometimes there's some overlap for cleaning or stocking, but not much. So we'd have maybe 110 to 120 hours worked per week. Now we've been having from 150 to even up to 190 hours worked per week. So way more hours worked. And part of that's because of the shopping and just having a lot more people at the store. And we just been trying to relay that the store doesn't make money and we can't really keep it running, especially if sales drop this winter with that many hours worked. So we're giving it another shot. We have a couple options. I mean, we might have to take over scheduling. That could be an option. We'll see how things improve after a couple of talks about this. And the other issue too, which hopefully that's squashed now and no longer a problem, that could have caused some of our recent downfall, is the manager is also running for mayor of the small town. And there has been some drama on Facebook, and some of that drama has brought the store into it. So I actually had to step in, tell people to take down posts to involve the store, remove some of that drama. And I can't believe that these issues were brought up by people because it involved the store bathroom, the use of the store bathroom. We had to actually close the bathroom last year because of abuse by customers, multiple customers, not just one. And this store has one employee or two employees at a time. They don't have time to clean bathrooms and take care of it and make it good for customers. So we made it made it employee only, and that caused a lot of drama. So that's where that stemmed from. But the decisions that were made were mine, and even happened before our manager came to place. So it's kind of ill-placed ill will from certain parties about our bathroom. I did come back and make a post myself for the store talking about what would happen, the issues, and some of the issues actually stemmed from the previous store owner kind of overstepping some of her bounds again, and then talking bad about the store. And I wanted to support the manager, tell everybody what happened, and I did, and gave full support to my manager who handled it just like I wanted her to handle it. But some of the posts got very negative, very heated, and I tried to put a little bit more positive, neutral spin on things, and hopefully that helped, and hopefully that'll bring more people back. We're also doing a food drive for Thanksgiving where we're giving away meals to some of the local families in town. So we're trying to help out. We might do some more contest giveaways, which we did last year. So there's quite a few things we can do to get some more goodwill from the town, and hopefully I don't think very much damage was done, but we'll see how all of that goes. Now here are the sales with profit, which is what's most important. And you can see weekly sales. This is starting from when I first got the store in January 2022. We first opened in February of 2022. Sales were horrible. We were definitely losing money, and things have gotten better since then. Like I said, this summer was doing pretty well, pretty good. We had record sales, record profits. And then we started to have, more of the issues with costs and staff. And not only just people, the shopping thing has brought more costs into it. And, I'm trying to work with them on pricing. If we're going shopping, if we're buying stuff for people, we have to increase the margins to cover the time it takes to shop. And if that doesn't work, if people don't want to buy at that higher margins, then we've got to go back to how we bought our stuff before. So it is actually cheaper for us to go to Walmart and buy goods, or Sam's Club and buy goods and resell them at our store, than it is for us to buy from our distributors. It is definitely cheaper, but then, like I said, it's time, it's mileage, it's gas money for us to do that. So there's costs to do that. We just don't have the bulk pricing and order ability that those big stores have. Now, we also have had some turnover, and new people have had to be hired, fired, and that adds tremendously to the man hours too, because you've got multiple people working at the same time. When you're training someone, they're not really working in the store. So when that happens, there's more hourly too. So you can see, even though our sales aren't that far down, our profit went down more significantly because of the man hours, the lady hours, people hours, however you want to say it, who are working. So that's something we're working through, and hopefully we can fix here soon. As you know, I've been doing a lot of work on the laundromats. I have bought one recently. I'm trying to get another one started. That's taking quite a bit of my time, but I've still have been in communication, contact, keeping track of the store sales and prices and different things. So I haven't just completely ignored it or anything like that. I've been keeping track of this. I've been watching it, and I knew it's time to kind of step in, and hopefully we can fix some of those problems and things will improve. If not, that's never a good situation. Hopefully we won't have to, think about that situation. So the store is still doing good, just not as good as it was. I think there's still a lot of potential there. There's potential to get our sales back up. I think it'll be very interesting to see what it does this winter. And there's definitely some easy ways, simple ways we can reduce costs as well. And hopefully we can get on the same page on doing that with management and get these turned around here rather quickly. So that's the store. That's the update. Still not sure what to do on the ramp. We'll have to figure out the handicap ramp there and the handicap parking spots. We'll have to figure out a few other things too, but for the most part, I don't think it's serious, horrible issues, just some minor stuff that needs some tweaking. All right, thanks for watching. We will have more information on the store, laundromats, businesses, flips, rentals, all that stuff coming up. And let me know what you think. Be back here soon.